the government announced that in 2025, next year, we're gonna be living in a cashless society. How would you feel?
I don't know. I don't think I'd like it. I don't think I'd like it, you know.
Why not?
I don't know, because I just think there's something about being able to pay with cash still. I mean, I know it sounds silly because obviously money is man-made anyway. Like, it's this piece of paper that they just put some ink on and now we're using it. Technically, you know, back in the day, we just used to, you know, you can have my pig and I'll have your horse. You know what I mean? It was so much easier. Now there's money involved and like now you've got Bitcoin and all this other stuff. So, do you know what I mean? I think it's one of those ones where at the end of the day, if it happened, I wouldn't have a choice. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, you know, every other civilian. I'm just gonna have to roll with the punches, innit? Roll with the times. Whether or not I like it or not, it's gonna happen. I won't. I'm saying I wouldn't necessarily be happy about it, but you know, it is what it is. But I do think that it's scary because I think whereas before when we had cash and you know, the banks were a bit more accessible. Like I've noticed that banks are closing down a lot now. It's like now the only time you can access your funds is online. It's a little bit impersonal, and I feel like maybe for us, people of our generation and younger, we are alright. We can cope and we can keep up with it. But who I feel sorry for is the older generation because they're gonna get left behind, and that's the sad thing. Yeah,
funny enough, like I ripped that motherfucker. By the way, I got a letter nearly a week ago telling me that, like, basically my main branch, because you know all of us have got main branches with our banks.
To my mum recently.
My main branch got closed down. I just looked at
way to the far one now.
Brother, I didn't even go too far in terms of like reading everything that the letter was saying. I just saw your main branch is closed, and I just ripped her and said, "Fuck all of that, man."
What happens? Yeah, this is because my mum, one of her branches, the local one to us, closed. So now if she wants to go inside the bank, and more time because my mum's an older lady, she she doesn't like to be doing her business out on the street. She wants to go inside, the bank and do it like that. So you know now she's got to go a bit further out, which that's basically just backs up the point that I was trying to make. It's like those are the ones that are going to suffer. The older generation, and we've just got to keep them in mind because things are moving so fast. It's like I was having a conversation with someone recently about AI and about all the digital age and how things are changing, and it's like everything that we watched growing up in the 90s on the TV, in the films, in the cinema is basically happening now. And it's like back then we were like, oh, it's just a film. Oh, isn't the Matrix cool? Isn't this amazing? And it's like, oh, iRobot, bruv. They was trying to send us messages, and we was fully not tapped in. We were just like, this is just a movie, bruv. This is real life, okay? This iRobot is down the road. You know what I mean? It's like it's not a joke, but I mean, to a certain extent, I think there's pros and cons. Like there's pros and cons to everything. There's pros and cons.
For real.
And I think you've just got to always be on high alert and just proceed with caution with all things. You know what I mean? And just protect yourself and your energy. That's what I would say. But yeah, if cashless society comes, it's gonna come. There's not much you can do about it. Do you know what I mean? We've just got to roll with it. But I think for me, I think the main people that are gonna suffer the most is probably the older generation, and I think that's sad. Do you know what I mean? Because we need to look after our elders. Do you know what I mean?
For real. Nah, it's a proper catchy name. Obviously, people can actually see that on your shirt as well. Dem Sweetnezz.
It was interesting because we were sitting there for like a good day, like sitting there coming up with names, writing them down, and we're like, I'm in an iron, like, what should we do? And then I came up with this, and then I was like, it's kind of like I came up with it, and then I was like, it's like obviously Dems, we call it Empress Dems for short. I'm the Sweetnezz, so it's like a combination of both our names. So I was like, this is it. It makes so much sense, and a lot of people didn't clock it at first. So like, we have so much fun telling them how we came to the name, and like
I'm clocking it for the first time.
That's basically what it is. It's me and her together. You get me, and that's how we came up with the name. But
I want to talk about Empress Dems. You get me. Obviously, I like your relationship. I like how you guys work.
That's my
you get me. I like. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to see how you guys work together. You get me?
It's nice. It's that's why I put up something on my status the other day. Be aware of those angels that come into your life in the form of people, and I feel like over the past few years, a lot of those types of people have come into my life, and it's beautiful because we're so alike but we're so different. So we sort of bounce off each other in that regard, and it works. And I'm very grateful for our partnership. It's amazing, and our friendship.
Yeah. Moving like them sweet nights, like how's everything going with with those events?
Well, at the moment, it's going really good. We just had our last one in March. It was an Aries birthday special, obviously, because mine and them's both Arian, so we like to commemorate it and, use that as a chance to, celebrate Aries season and everything. And yeah, it was a really good night. We're actually looking to relocate at the moment, so we're expanding. We're looking for a new venue. So yeah, everything's going really, really well. And we've had quite a few artists grace the stage, even international artists and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just looking to keep growing and doing more events. Hopefully, maybe even do like a summer, maybe even a festival. I don't know, what's happening with that yet, but we're in talks about doing something like that maybe this year. But we'll see, man. Hopefully, if God is good, God willing, and everything goes to plan, that's what will be coming up. But yeah, man, we're excited for the future and what the future holds, especially because we're collaborating with Hub Live Radio now. So yeah, it's looking good, man. The future's looking bright.
It's looking really good.
Sounds like it's going good if you're relocating.
Yeah, we're looking for a new venue, and also we're looking to partnership with someone, obviously in terms of getting like good footage and photography done on our events, because at the moment that's been something we've been struggling to actually have on lock for every event. But apart from that, man, everything's been going well and we can't complain. Do you know what I mean? And we're grateful to all the artists that have been involved. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
Happy.
And you see, do you guys have in terms of goals, in terms of future goals where, you and Empress Dems, in terms of for them Sweetnezz, do you guys ever sit down and think and plan within a year or 2 years ahead or 5 years ahead? How do you guys have a structure like that in terms of
we
future?
do. We meet up and we talk about what we want to do in terms of how we want the event to grow and where we want to take it, what direction we want to take it. Hopefully we're looking to grow it and expand it to the point where it becomes one of the most well-known events for artists to come and showcase their talent. That's definitely where we want to take it. So hopefully we can. Do you know what I mean? And I think we've got the potential to do that. So yeah. It's definitely what's on the cards.
Some of them overthink as well,
I think it's because of the fact that with the social media, it's a quick fix to things, and it's like you can put yourself live, and you think, I'm gonna block, and TikTok as well. Yep. I think it's to blame because a lot of these artists nowadays are just going on TikTok, going live, and some of the content ain't even that great, but people are watching it and they're getting views and making money off of it, so they're thinking, this is a quick way to become a superstar, and it's like, do you know what I mean? For me, it's a little bit. I don't know, fake was one of the words I want to. I think the best way to describe it, because it's like
and it's like wishy-washy.
Yeah, but I think as I said earlier, if you want to do something great, you've got to have dedication to it, and you've got to do it properly and hone your craft and learn what you're doing. Like nowadays, you have to be a jack of all trades when it comes to music. Do you know what I mean? Like being able to market yourself, promote yourself, do the music, make the music, put it out there. Produce it, even, when it comes to mixing and engineering, there's artists out there now that can do everything, do you know what I mean? And I rate that, because at the end of the day, you don't have to rely on anyone else but yourself, If anyone fucks it up, you only got yourself to blame, do you know?
And with this music thing as well, I think some up-and-coming music artists, another thing that I think they get mixed up is some of them think it's easier these days, where of course there's aspects of things being a bit more easier because of social media. However, everybody knows it's harder than ever. It's saturated. There's a lot more music artists every single day, more songs.
And I think that's another thing that people take for granted, because they think, especially when they're young, they put a track out there, it's like, why am I not, why is it not blowing up like Jay-Z? And it's like, at the end of the day, that it's not just you. This music industry, there's so many people out, especially nowadays, there's so many people out there doing it because they think it's easy.
Exactly.
So if you want to be the best and you want to be noticed, you've got to stand out from the crowd. Your thing has to be popping. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. I think that's another thing that makes it difficult. But I think
you need a good team behind you.
Yeah, and that as well. You definitely need a good team. If you're doing it on your own and you're young and you don't have the time and the dedication, and you at least need a tight team behind you that is backing you up, so that when you're not promoting your team, they're promoting your team.
They got you.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's like that's why I feel now quite comfortable with my music and how things are going, because I've got a good team behind me that pushing my stuff as well as me pushing my stuff. So it's not just myself, and I think that definitely makes a lot of difference. A lot of people don't realise the amount of hard work that goes into being something like, for example, a DJ or a singer, or get into a certain level in your career. it takes hard work and it takes dedication. You have to be passionate. If you're not passionate about something, there's no point in doing it. Like, I've been doing this for over 20 years now, and I've always been just as passionate as I am today as I was yesterday and the first day that I even started doing this. And, you know, I knew what I wanted out of it, and I knew where I wanted to take myself, and I knew how far I could go with it. So it's all about having that faith and commitment in yourself. And if you don't have that, then there's no point in bothering. And I think a lot of artists think that, you know, there's a quick way to get into things, and it's when, you know, that's not the case. Like, you have to be dedicated, like, and you have to turn up, you have to make time. Like, with this thing that I started doing with the DJ and with the show, like, it wouldn't have grown to the place that it's grown to now if I weren't turning up literally every week and plug in. And sometimes I didn't have hardly any viewers, sometimes I didn't have hardly any listeners, but like, now it's growing, and I am getting that, you know, following, and that I have got that following of listeners, and that's because I was there turning up every day, and they're like, oh, you know what, people started paying attention, like, oh, this Sweetnezz is on every week, like, we need to start going and tuning in, do you know what I mean? And it's like, that's the dedication that you need to have to your craft if you want to get somewhere, because if you don't have that, then there's no point in bothering, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like if you're gonna make a cake, there's no point doing it half-hearted. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You got to put the work in. Yeah. I'm still doing my events with Empress Dems, Dem Sweet Nights. We've now got a radio show that we do every Thursday that takes place on the hubliveradio.com. So that's our slot. It's every Thursday, 8 to 10 p.m. It's called the Underground Music Show. We basically play all unsigned artists from the UK and around the world. We're not just exclusive to the UK. I just thought, like, when we got given the opportunity by Unusual Suspects, Nardo, and the rest of the clique from Hub Live, I was like, this is an amazing opportunity. I couldn't turn it down, and I thought this is a great chance for us to provide a platform for artists that isn't there. There's a gap in the market where a lot of unsigned artist music doesn't get like airplay, and a lot of people don't get to hear these people, and they're just sitting there and their music's amazing. So we're providing that platform, and it's been going really great. And obviously I've been learning to DJ as well, which is amazing. It's a blessing, and can add another little thing to my CV now. So yeah, I'm loving it. It's going really good.